Hey broskies, it's Sona. I've turned Disney princesses evil and turned villains good, but today I'm gonna be drawing Disney animal characters if they were human. Like the video for part 2. Let's go. First up is Flounder from The Little Mermaid. If you guys have seen my other Disney videos, you'll know The Little Mermaid is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. Ariel's best princess. I chose Flounder as my first contestant because not only is he a great character, but he's also super adorable. Look at that squishy face. Flounder plays the role of Ariel's best friend in The Little Mermaid and is always sticking by her side and frantically trying to keep Ariel out of trouble, though she never listens to him. He appears scared a lot throughout the movie and is often described as a coward. But hey, for someone who's a coward, he's also an amazing friend because he does his best to protect Ariel regardless of his fears. In the movie, during the big fight with Ursula, Flounder jumped into the battle to fight Ursula's ugly eels. Yeah, that's right, I said it. They're ugly. Ariel and Flounder are such close friends that Flounder is often invited to the royal palace by King Triton as a special guest. In general, Flounder is a very sweet character as well as a very loyal friend. Also, fun fact, apparently Flounder isn't even a flounderfish. What? But wait, his real name isn't Flounder either? Guppy number 35? My life is a lie. But that's not as bad as the live action design. What did they do to my boy? Moving on to my design, since he's a fish, I had to figure out his age. However, I couldn't find it anywhere. He seems pretty youthful, so I drew him as a young boy. Flounder's fin on the top of his head kind of looks like it could be a mohawk, but Flounder doesn't strike me as the type who would wear a super over-the-top hairstyle. If I could describe him best, it would be a sweet dork. So instead, I went for a fluffy blue undercut shaved on the sides. Unlike Ariel, Flounder dislikes adventure, meaning he may be more of a relaxed person. Originally, I made his expression look very chill, but I realized he looked a bit tired. While he may not be a crazy character, Flounder still has a kind and bubbly personality, so I made him smiling and more cheerful. He's wearing a baggy yellow sweater, along with some corduroy overall pants. The strips on the pants also representing his fin stripes in his fish form. He's wearing some cute bubble glasses on his face. Since of course he comes from the sea, I made them look like water bubbles. I know, right? Super clever. Since Flounder can be cowardly at times, I gave him a bit of a hunched up pose as he's holding a book closely to his chest to show that he's very cautious of his surroundings. I think the book goes well with his character as he isn't the type for adventure and would have more relaxed hobbies and wear dorkier clothing because he's a dork. By the way, I didn't know this until very recently, but there's a prequel movie called Little Mermaid: Ariel's Beginnings, and in this movie it shows Flounder has a love for music as he actually makes his own music in the movie, so I gave him a guitar he carries on his back. I also imagine that if he went to school as a person, he would be in music class. There's also earbuds in his ears so he can listen to music as well, and yes, I'm aware earbuds probably didn't exist during this time period in the movie, but I added them anyway because they look cool. And yes, his book says fish. Ariel and Flounder always had an eye for human objects and learning about them, so as a human, I figured he'd be interested in the ocean. I also added freckles because again, Flounder is 100% a dork. And here's Flounder as a human. I think he turned out so adorable and I'm super proud of his drawing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and maybe give him a human name as well. Before we continue, this video is sponsored by Wondershare Filmora. Want to be a content creator but you don't know how to get into editing? Well, Filmora 13 has got you covered. Filmora 13 is an easy to use, beginner-friendly editing program. And if you're already a pro video editor, don't worry, Filmora's got you covered. Filmora 13 includes a very wide selection of AI video editing features and resources that really help speed up your editing process and saves a lot of time. Oh man, now I gotta spend hours adding all these subtitles. Oh wait, that's right, Filmora has an AI text feature, so all I gotta do is click a few buttons and boom, the entire video has subtitles. I saved so much time, now I can go touch grass. Thanks Filmora. And there's more AI features. Here I am making a video using the AI text to video feature, then changing up the music by using the AI music generator. Filmora 13 also has a Black Friday sale, which features the really cool Black Friday effects pack. If you're a small business owner and need to create discount campaigns, use these effects in Filmora 13. So be sure to try out these easy to use effects while they're on sale. Filmora's Black Friday sale also includes the Filmora All Platform Bundle for 20% off, Desktop Perpetual License for 25% off, and Filmora Creative Assets at 30% off. Download Filmora 13 today using the link in the description below, and be sure to check out Wondershare Filmora's Black Friday deals on their site. Thanks so much to Filmora for sponsoring this video. Next Disney animal I'll be turning human is Mushu from Mulan. Well, Mushu is a dragon, so does he count as an animal? I don't know. Anyways, in my opinion, Mushu is easily one of the coolest Disney sidekicks, as well as Mulan being an amazing movie and the bravest Disney princess ever. I've drawn Mushu before in another video where I turned him in Mulan evil. It's so cool, go watch it. In the movie, Mushu is the self-appointed guardian of Mulan after she leaves home to fight the war in place of her father. Throughout the movie, Mushu helps Mulan on her missions and supports her. Mushu appears as a teeny tiny dragon. Despite being so small, he presents himself as overly confident and kinda crazy. He was once a guardian of the Fa family, but was demoted to an incense burner. Ouch, that's gotta burn. He was demoted due to failing the protection of a former soldier, Fedeng, who was decapitated. Because of this, Mushu's reputation is so bad that the Arthur Guardians won't even call him a real dragon. One of the main reasons Mushu comes to help Mulan is to give himself a better title by making her a hero, which would obviously help his reputation. So yes, at first Mushu is more on the selfish side and has flaws, but with his character development throughout the story, Mushu realizes his wrongdoings and comes clean to Mulan, apologizing, also admitting he's come to really care for her. He prepares to bring her back home away from danger, even though he knows he will face punishment, but Mulan still insisted on fighting the Huns, and he supports her all the way. I think Mushu is a hella cool sidekick, and he's also really funny throughout the movie. Comedic relief. Now, just like Flounder, I was not able to find Mushu's actual age. Considering he's a dragon who's fought alongside past soldiers, I'm just gonna assume he's like 1,000 years old or something, but his appearance doesn't change. Just like those anime girls, I'm drawing him as a middle-aged man, which is something I never draw, by the way. But in this video, I'm finally drawing guys for once. I did make some changes to his story from my design to make more sense. In my version, Mushu used to be a dragon, but after he failed to protect his old partner, he was turned into a human as punishment. Because they no longer acknowledged him as a dragon, they believed he no longer deserved to be one. However, while he was turned into a human, he doesn't have powers, but he is still fireproof, which is why I'm drawing him holding flames. To follow the culture as best as I can, for this design, I went for a rather traditional Chinese style. When I picture Mushu as a human, one of the first things I imagine him is with long red hair. For men, there's many old Chinese hairstyles for long hair, often including a bun or a knot at the top, with the rest of the hair flowing down. I put a top bun on his head, which also leads to a ponytail in the back. There's some tufts of hair sticking out in the front to represent the shape of his horns and ears. Overall, I wanted to make his hair look somewhat traditional while also doing my own thing. As you can see, Mushu is in this very overly confident stance. By the way, yes, I mimicked the same facial expression in this shot. It goes perfectly. I kept the mustache because it's just gotta be there, okay? To go along with it, he now has a goatee. The minute I added that goatee, I realized I accidentally made Mushu too hot, which I know is really weird to say, but look at him. Spicy. Moving on to the clothes, he's wearing a Chinese hanfu with black on the first layer, fading to white and then blue at the bottom. He has a blue centerpiece belt with a flame symbol, accompanied with a ribbon tied in the front. His overpiece is bright red with the rims having a golden flame symbol pattern, as well as flames on the bottom. Traditionally, these colors probably aren't normally used together, but I wanted to be sure to include every color of his original form. I know a big part of Mushu's design is how small he is, so I tried my best to make him look short. I think I did a decent job with that, but I kinda wish I made him shorter. He's wearing his hanfu in a bit of a sloppy way by showing his chest, and it's not very neat. I did this to represent Mushu as more of an outcast because he is one, but also since he used to be a dragon, he probably wouldn't wear clothes very properly. He also has a dragon symbol on his chest, kind of like a tattoo, symbolizing he used to be a dragon. It's like a mark of shame, but also looks cool at the same time. He's got long red nails to represent his dragon claws. I loved drawing this way more than I thought. This video makes me want to draw dudes more often. Here is the indestructible Mushu. Give him a new name in the comments if you want. Last but not least is Dory from Finding Dory, also from Finding Nemo. I know Dory originally appears in the first Finding Nemo movie, but I'll mostly be covering Finding Dory, since in that movie we learn a lot more about her. The movie is about Dory wanting to find her parents that she was separated from years ago as a baby. This movie focuses a lot more on her short-term memory loss and just how much it affects her. Dory couldn't remember her parents' names, or even how she was separated from them to begin with. After she lost her parents, Dory spent years desperately searching for them. While searching, she ran into Marlin, which is how she met him in Finding Nemo, and after helping find Nemo, eventually Dory focuses on finding her family again, asking Nemo and Marlin to help her. He's hesitant at first, but eventually gives in. After arriving at the Marine Life Institute, where she thinks her parents are, Dory is kidnapped and put in a fish tank. I swear this has happened before. Dory meets an octopus, Hank, who is kinda rude, who helps her in exchange for the tag she was given upon arrival. He helps her travel out of the tank with his swag octopus skills. It's throughout the movie she remembers things about her parents and her past life that she didn't remember before. They finally arrive at the tank where Dory believes her parents are. Hank drops her in the tank, that rhymes, only for her to soon realize her parents aren't there. Some crabs redirect her to a tunnel where she finds and reunites with Marlin and Nemo. Traveling further through the tunnel, Dory meets the octopus again, who helps her into a tank of fish that look just like Dory. But once again, Dory finds out her parents are not there, making her believe her parents are dead. This leads Dory to panic and shut down. Hank takes Dory out of the tank as they're running out of time, but is then caught by workers, making him drop Dory Dory, her going through a stream of water out of the truck into the ocean once again. During this moment, Dory is alone and confused. She then eventually stumbles upon a shell, remembering she really likes shells. She realizes there is a trail and follows them, leading to a place that is surrounded by shells. She turns around and then she dies! Rest in peace, Dory. Okay, that's not what actually happened. She turns around and in the distance are two shadows, and upon further inspection, she realizes they're her parents. They swim towards her and hug her tightly, happy to be reunited again. Oh yeah, and eventually the others reunite with her too. Finding Dory is a movie I was not expecting to hit me in the feels so hard, because I never saw this movie up until just now, and it was really great. I really recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. It was a really emotional film that had me teary-eyed at some points actually. I also loved how much it showcased Dory's memory loss, but conveyed a very strong message. Dory's disabilities don't have to stop her from doing what she really wants to do, and she accomplished something that no one else thought she could. Overall, Dory is a very inspiring character. She's determined as well as very kind and super funny. I drew Dory in this energetic, leaping pose since she is such a high energy character. For her hair, I gave her long dreadlocks that start as a deep sea blue, like Dory's body, and fade to a yellow like her tail, tied back into a ponytail. Since Dory is super fast, as well as loves swimming, I figured it only makes sense if she was a swimmer in real life. She's wearing a hot pink bathing suit-like top with a black X stripe in the front, as well as short ruffle sleeves. In the middle of her top is a seashell, since Dory loves shells. I also gave her seashell earrings as well as a seashell fanny pack on her side. I'd imagine she loves going to the beach and collecting shells to put them in her bag. Her shorts are blue swim shorts with a stripe on each side, and I also included the same pattern on her shorts that she has in her fish form, which I thought looked super cool. Below that, she's wearing waterproof swimming shoes. In her right hand, she's holding a notebook that she keeps with her to write important things down that she may forget. She'd probably write down like her name and who she is, where she lives, stuff like that. And her pen is tucked inside the strap of her shell bag. It's basically like a memory diary. I gave her some fun colorful bracelets, as well as a band-aid on her leg because if you're super active, chances are you're gonna get hurt here and there. After all, Dory was always swimming into things. Last but not least, her spiky gills at the top reminded me of a braid, so I put a little braid in her hair as well. She's smiling wide and her eyes are big and sparkly. You can tell she's full of energy. Here is Dory as a human. I love how she turned out. Let me know your thoughts below. I honestly think she's my favorite. Thanks broski so much for watching. This was me turning Disney animals into humans. If you loved it, like the video. And let me know if you want a part 2 because there's so many more characters I can do and make this into a series. Let me know what characters you want to see next. And let me know your favorite I drew in the comments. Okay, bye!